Family getaways are so much fun. Yeah, unless they're on Grimm, in which case, oh yeah, you have to know there's going to be Vessin and Crazy and who knows what else. And that's not even counting the subplots. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Grimm Episode 7, Blind Love. And tonight's episode was pretty good. In fact, it did something that I haven't seen it do in a while. It was able to mishmash the fun with the horror, and it even made me remember the fact that Renard himself is a pretty damn good character. But let's get into specifics. So once again, it's spoiler time. Start with Eve. Anyone who has ever followed my channel knows I'm a comic book geek that loves Green Lantern. As such, do you know what that skull reminded me of? The villain Necron, the Lord of the Undead. And the fact that it reminds me of that Lord of the Dead doesn't hurt the fact that I've had this theory going all season now, that that stick is something to do with unlocking the world of the dead and the souls that came before. If my theories are right, which nothing in this episode disproved, the final climax of this final chapter season is going to come when the stars align right and death opens up its doors. But okay, on to the specifics. So, it's Monroe's birthday, and Rosalie decides to take all of her friends out on a little vacation. And because of the fact that there was going to be drinking involved, the young enough to not be able to go with that, but old enough to not be innocent little nothing, had to go with Daddy for some time. And that makes sense. Anyone who's ever tried to plan an adult party with someone who has kids understands that there are some times you need to have a babysitter. In this case, it was used as the excuse for our subplot, because Renard has his daughter kidnapped. That's right out from underneath him. And once that happens, of course, it's got to be one of the dumbest things anyone has ever done. Because, I mean, her stepdaddy's a Grimm, her father's a whatever type of beast Renard is. I would not want to mess with Diana. Pretty early on in the plot, it shows that Renard isn't panicking. His first thought is, oh my god, I have to call the police, oh my god, and then he remembers, oh yeah, Diana's powerful on her own. I'm powerful on my own. If things get really bad, I can call Nick and her mom. And, like, seriously, it's just some nobody from a previous episode when Nick was pretending to be Renard that does the kidnapping. Not even anyone to really be afraid of. Meanwhile, the main part of the story centers around the fact that Monroe's birthday party is being held at this old-fashioned hotel where the person who is working as a bellboy happens to be the son of one of the monsters that our Grimm has already arrested and put in jail, and because of that wants vengeance, and arranges some sort of magical potion thing that I'm not sure if was from a previous episode or not, and mixes it in with their wine. All in all, not a bad plan. You know what would have been a way better plan? To poison them. Anyone down in the comment section want to list off all the things you could do to someone without them knowing that could get your revenge without having to go to this weird magical love potion thing that they did? And now, I will admit the fact that, oh, you fall in love with the first thing you see is an interesting concept. I find it even funnier that Hank saw himself in the mirror but no one else did. I mean, like, seriously, how hard is it for you not to... then again, how hard of a coincidence do you need for Monroe not to see Rosalie first thing when he wakes up? But okay. So they do it, and Eve falls in love with the scenery, and Nick falls in love with Rosalie, and Hank falls in love with himself, Wu falls in love with some random waitress whose hair fell into the love potion. And am I forgetting anyone? Oh, okay, well, everyone falls in love with someone different than they're supposed to, and of course this leads to wacky hijinks and a big fist fight. While that's going on, we still have our subplot of poor dear little girl being kidnapped and Renard not going to rescue her, except of course poor little girl isn't scared, she's telekinetic and friggin' pulls a Darth Vader on the guy that kidnapped her. I wonder how many shows there are in this world where you can say, man, I really feel sorry for that kidnapper. In fact, I don't know which is more absurdly hysterical, and which one deserves the funniest moment of the episode, whether it's the little girl terrifying the kidnapper, or Hank serenading himself. Let's get it on tonight. I mean, this was just above anything. A funny catch-all episode and a great way to break up the tension with all the crazy other stuff going on. And one final note, just because it's in the coming attractions for next week, we have the Gates of Hell opening and the mirror trick again. So I guess that I was right with my theory the whole time. But we're going to have to wait and see that. For now, if you want to hear all the rest of my theories and insane thoughts on this show and others, I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, as well as do everything you can to help me build a community to help me walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching and have a good night.